So how do you start a new website with Joomla? You go to the web address joomla.com, and if you already have created an account in the tutorial, this means that you can click this button here that says login. You will enter your email address and the password that you associated with the Joomla account when you created it. When you click login, you will be taken to this dashboard screen of Joomla. From here, you can see under the quick links, you can start a new site. So if I click Start New Site, I can go with a default template. That's what we used in the tutorial, or I can choose from Gallery, and this will open up this series of options below. So you can either select one of those by clicking the Select button, or you can go with the default template that we created in our tutorial. I'm going to go with the default template for now, and you will then create your subdomain here. So your subdomain should be some kind of combination with your first name and surname. Avoid capital letters because they're not accepted in the subdomain you will create. Once you're happy with the subdomain, click Launch. And so now you see the new subdomain I have created is here. I had one more created some other day, which appears here. So probably in your account you will have one subdomain, which will be the one you created when we did the tutorial, and then you will have a new subdomain, which will be the one for your assignment. Depending on which of the domains you want to edit, you click on the relevant Access Admin button. So I'm going to go with the new website I have just set up and click Access Admin to go to what is called the back end of my website. So this is my main control panel, and if I click on this little icon here which says Preview, I will open a new tab on my browser which will have a preview of the website I am creating. So I can switch back and forth between back end and front end, and when I change something on the back end, I can then go to the front end, hit the refresh button, and see the changes I have made being applied. Now here I'll remind you the things you can do to change some global preferences with your template. So under extensions is where you can find the templates, and here you can locate the template you're using. We're using the Protostar. I can understand this because it's got a star next to it. ISIS also has a star, but if you look at the location, this template is for the administrator. So this means that this template controls what we see on the back end of Joomla. And this starred template, the Protostar, controls what we see on the website of Joomla. So this is the front end of our website. So if I click my Protostar default template, I can go and change a few things. So here there are 3 tabs that are relevant. The details, we don't have something to change here, but under advanced there are a couple of things we can change. First, the template color. You see that now the template color is this blue, which means that when I go to the front end, you see I have this blue line up here. My buttons are blue, my links are blue. So if I change this to another color, if I go for purple for example, and I click Save, I can go to the front end, refresh, and now everything that was blue will be changed to purple. Another thing I can control is the background color. So if I click on a different background color, like a darker shade of gray here, I can go here, refresh, and I should have, sorry, I forgot to save, that's why I can't see it. So I save, I go to the front end, I refresh, and now you see the background has changed to this darker gray color. Third option, logo. Where is this logo displayed? If I add a picture here, so by clicking select, I go into this media area. I have some pictures already uploaded on my website from the template. So if I click this sample data, for example, and I go into the parks, there is this little file here called parks.gif. If I insert it, so you see it is here, and I save, then once I refresh the front end, I will see it up there. So this is the area where the logo is placed. So if I wanted to replace this area, not with just text the way it was before, but with a logo, this is the place where I can go and upload that picture. You need to make sure though that the size of the picture you upload here is appropriate. If you add here a picture that is very tall, it will bring everything further down, and you will have a very big white space here, which might not look very good. Another thing I can do here, no, sorry, I think that's, yeah. So these are the things I want you to understand how to do on this area. Once I'm done, I can click Save and Close to go back to my area. I can access the menus, and I'm going from the back here where I was under Extensions and Templates to the beginning of my menu under the System Global Configuration. Global configurations means I can change things that will be applied to my entire website. So you see this is my site name. I could change this to something different. So whatever name you type here will be the name of your website. I have some options here about setting my website offline, which we're not going to use, but this is what you do if you want to disable your website from being online temporarily. You set it to yes. One thing I want to change is under the search engine optimization settings. I want first of all to include the site name in the page title. So if I click before and I save, you will see that here we now have the name of the page of my front page. On the title is just home. If I refresh now, you see it's got the name of my website dash home. So by including the site name, this is what changes for all your pages. You will have the title of your page, and before that, if you set this to before, the actual title of your website. Metadata settings, your description here is quite important. You need to type in a sentence describing what your website is about. And one more thing that you can do from here that can be useful is if you go under the System tab, the session lifetime is set to 15, and the session lifetime means auto log out a user after they have been inactive for the entered number of minutes. So if you go away from your screen for more than 15 minutes right now, you're going to be logged out, and then you will have to log in again. You can change this to something like 30 so that it is a bit more flexible. Avoid setting that number too high because it means you might forget your website without logging out, and in effect your site is vulnerable to anyone who has access to your computer to change it. So I'm going to click Save and Close, and now I have done a few of the things I can do to change configurations for my entire website and my template, and I am ready to start adding the content.